Right, hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking all about the dividends that were released because Yieldmax has released their Group D ETFs, and what we're going to do is we're going to analyze through a lot of these dividends. Also want to touch on YMAX because YMAX is looking like it's going to be paying a 24.41 dividend, 24.41 dividend. So what I want to talk about in this video is how YMAX was able to potentially pay the biggest dividend it's ever paid on a weekly basis. Even this would contribute, if you're talking about 4 payments a month, this is $1 every single month for YMAX. And for a decently diversified ETF, I think that's pretty fantastic. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you guys my investment portfolio YMAX for today. I'm going to show you how it's even up on today, why exactly that is, because we have some stocks that are up huge. And we're going to go over all of the ETFs in the Group D kind of space. So if that does sound good, we're currently up to 6,177 subscribers, going crazy there. We have 326 subscribers in the past 28 days. So please do remember to subscribe if you haven't yet done so, because we're talking about YMAX and we're talking about our high dividends. And one thing that is high is our spirits, because currently YMAX is doing really fantastic, and a lot of the underlying ETFs are also doing very fantastic. And it's really good to be high spirited and have high energy when everything is good, but we have to remember that times aren't always good like they are right now. Soon YMAX could potentially fall. Who knows? It could continue to trend up, but it also could potentially fall. So we have to be prepared in both scenarios. Currently, I'm just holding on to my shares. I currently have 835 shares because I have 815 shares in my cash account and then 20 in my margin account here, as you can see. And so currently we have an average share price of $17.67. That has not changed. And our symbol price currently sitting at about $18.15. You can see here it says that we're actually down $32 on the day. Why is that? It's because YMAX has released a dividend of 24.41 cents. So that is why this dividend was taken out of the share price. And so my account, although it looks like it has sat flat, that's due to the fact that YMAX is up about 1.3% today. And that's off the backs of some underlying ETFs that we're going to talk about. So currently, yeah, that's exactly it. My portfolio is staying flat. Not necessarily sure why it's showing this at the current moment, but we're going to talk a little bit about YMAX and why it was able to pay this huge dividend of 24 cents. Now, when we're currently looking here, we see one dividend that really sticks out, and that's MSTY. MSTY is paying out a $4.42 dividend. That's actually the biggest dividend I think MSTY is ever paid out. And just even today alone, it was up. It was up prior about 5 to 10%. Now it's only up about 2.5%. This is going off the back of MSTR, which is up 11% today. So you could definitely see the difference there in the price returns. That is a little bit crazy. But MSTY, maybe the reason being is because of this huge dividend. I wonder if people are potentially selling as they see the end of a rise in MSTR. I'm not necessarily sure why there's such a difference in price, but MSTR has been doing fantastic. And you could see here the reason why we have MSTY able to pay out these huge dividends and have huge stock price appreciation is look at the underlying. The underlying's up 143% in the past month alone. In the past 6 months, we're looking at about 204%. And in the past year, we're talking almost 1,000%. This was a $50 stock that's now trading at over $500, so up 1,000%. Of course, I don't even know if Yieldmax has really held it for a year. They've held it since March, since $100, so really about 500%. So I do believe MSTY has not kept up with the returns of MSTR, but that's not exactly what Yieldmax is designed to do. What they're designed to do is they're designed to do this. They're designed to bring income in underlying investments that normally don't produce a income return or a dividend return. So this is one stock, MSTY, that is moving YMAX today currently, and you can see as MSTY goes down, YMAX goes down. But another one that's moving it even bigger is Snowy, up 22% on the day, and the underlying ETF, or the underlying stock, Snowflake Inc. is up about 30% on the day. That is huge. That is a huge run. This is a Yieldmax ETF that was actually pretty beaten down over the course of the stock price chart history. As you can see here, trended down all the way to about 1750, 1760, and then on the day is up over almost $4 to $21.39. Of course, this has a great result on YMAX because YMAX holds all Yieldmax ETFs, and so this only pushes it in the future. And what's kind of the big news for these rallies? I kind of attribute it to Bitcoin. This is more for MSTR. So MSTY here, basically they're buying a bunch of Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin has been surging, as you guys know, over the past month, up 42%. Currently, if we're looking in Canadian dollars, up to over 135,000 Canadian dollars. And if we look here, what I want to show you guys is that just on Monday, 4.6 billion was purchased by MicroStrategy's MSTR in terms of Bitcoin. And this brings their total here up to $29.7 billion in terms of holdings of Bitcoin. So MSTR, Micron Strategies, I'm not necessarily sure what they do as an underlying company, but of course they're taking their profits and they're buying Bitcoin. And as Bitcoin is surging, so is their stock price chart. And this is found to work for them. And of course, this is an underlying company in terms of YMAX, so we are invested in the price returns of them. So far, they're doing great. Can they keep up this momentum? I think it's very crazy. I'm not sure, but we're sitting at a high point in YMAX. We've been sitting at a high point in YMAX. We're getting paid out really big dividends, and it's got you thinking, okay, where is the market going to turn from here? We look at some other underlying stocks which have also paid. We have YAMG, we have Apple, we have AIYY, and Dizzo, SMCY. SMCY started at a share price of $50, so this dividend of $2 is really equivalent to kind of about the price points of these other ones. But just to kind of check on how they did over the past month, AMZY, you could see here they ended at a share price about $20, which is up a little bit from their initial starting point at the start of the month, but obviously they paid out this huge dividend of $1.17, so their share price has dropped. We have AIYY, which is up about 3.2%, even with the dividend drop over the past month. And then we have Dizzo, not Lizzo, which is up about 5.29%. So you could see here a lot of the Yieldmax ETFs have been up over the last month. This obviously contributes into YMAX and how we're doing so well within this portfolio. We're currently up about 9%. This is excluding the dividend being taken out, so this marker is yet to rise. So this was just a little overview of the Yieldmax ETFs that have paid out for this week. They are the Group D ETFs. YMAX coming in with a new high dividend for this week, which is fantastic to see. If you guys like this and you want to keep around, we are up to 6,177 subscribers. Please do subscribe, and I'll keep you guys updated on anything more YMAX and the underlying ETFs. Please do take care and have a great day.